Hey everybody, welcome to Black Arrow Gaming. I'm Bob, and we're back for another episode of Age of Wonders 3, my 6th Advanced Strategy series. I want to begin this episode by just acknowledging that I'm letting some stuff slip in the comments. I'm doing the best I can. This has been a busy series so far, and I've gotten a lot of feedback from a lot of different people about what I should be doing. Not all of it is stuff that I can do at the same time, so I'm just going to have to make the best decisions that I can. But I just want to say that, like, if I don't get to your comment or incorporate your feedback, please understand that it's not necessarily because I think it's bad advice. It's just because I have limited resources, and in the case of my capital, at least, can only be producing one thing at a time. So, but I do appreciate it, and I appreciate all the help you guys are trying to give me. I want to begin this episode by talking a little bit about my heroes because I've got some upgrades to do. I decided to go ahead and, with Mogwai's army here, just give them all melee and range command now, because I'm going to get those eventually anyway, and I have a nice even 8 points here that I can distribute to get both of those under my belt now, and that'll buff his army effectiveness a bit. For the druid, she's got 7 points, and now this was one that Arch Redbeard has been advocating. At least I believe it was Arch Redbeard has been advocating for more casting points on the druid, particularly towards getting. Why is there 2 druid or 2s? I don't understand. Okay, that's weird. Anyway, he's been advocating to get Druidry upgrades to progress towards more spells for the Druid, more Root Spears, more Summoning Ancestral Guardian, which actually he pointed out, or no, it was Impregnable that pointed out, was a reminder that the Ancestral Spirits that the Druid can summon can actually inflict Spirit Breaking and make it easier to convert units. But basically, I would probably go that route. I'm at level 7, and Druid doesn't get healing, otherwise I would get that. They used to, but I think that got changed in a patch with the Theocrat getting healing at level 7, and I think Druids get it at 9 now, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't have enough mana to really make use of extra casting points. Druidry would be nice to be able to cast more spells, but I'm actually losing a little bit of mana per turn here. What I need to do is build a shrine in my city, but I have other plans for my city in the immediate future. So for now, I'm going to pick up Awakened Spirit, because that's an easy, basically free XP if I keep the spider with her, and will translate to future gains down the line. And then as for her second upgrade, I think I might, well, okay, she's got 5 left. She may have her own army here soon, but I'm going to hang on to those points just for now. I'll distribute them before I get to the next battle, but I'm not really entirely sure what her army distribution is going to be. In my capital city, I'm going to make some military units and try to get at least 2 full separate armies, if not 3. I want to be able to operate and fight stuff in different areas and be able to do so fairly effectively. For the Theocrat, I'm less really certain about what I want to do with him. Healing Aura is nice, but it only functions when the hero is leading the army, so it's not really that useful, like, right now. The Theocrat does make a halfway decent melee fighter, and Divine Channeling would be nice for more of whatever that spell is. I can't even remember it off the top of my head but it's the one that basically slows Slayer's Doubt. That's what I'm thinking about. But again, I don't really have enough casting points to make use of that. If he gets his own army, Sacred Arms would be good, but this is another case where I'm going to hang on to those casting points and decide what to do with them probably in a couple turns. So I know Mogwai will be leading his army, so his are a little easier to decide how to distribute. Now, these guys are back here, but I'm gonna move them as far towards that city as I can, because right now there is nothing more important than completing that quest for this city. Yeah, please tell me about that quest again. There is nothing more important than doing this. End the Undead Scourge, get Goblin Big Beetle, Vassal Proposal. Really, that's a no-brainer. So I'm going to focus all of my energy on that. The builder will be able to make a fort on the next turn, isn't quite in position on this turn. The spider will hopefully be able to kind of catch up to the rest of the group here by getting those haste berries and then using its extra movement. Wait, spiders, yeah, they do have 36 movement. They move as fast as a horse effectively, so it should be able to catch up, because it has cave crawling too, should be able to catch up with the other slower goblins. At least I think they have cave crawling. Yeah, they do. So it'll be able to catch up with that group and get involved in the coming battle over here. So I'm going to dismiss these for now. I did get that builder done in this city. Now what I'm going to do right now is I know that I want another butcher and another war grinder, and I have just enough production to make them very efficiently here in one turn each, and I'm going to try to take advantage of that. What I want to do, what I would like to do, is cancel the water node spell, because I'm not going to be able to get that vassal for another few turns, and then cancel that, and then use my remaining casting points to summon an untouchable. The problem is that I don't know if I can really afford to do that. Not without maybe disjuncting a spell or something, which isn't necessarily out of the option. It's not out of the realm of possibility, but this is going to really strain my mana if I'm going down to now 30 mana -3 per turn. I think, though, that if I can avoid casting any spells, I can get away with this. So this is going to be my way of getting an irregular out and getting down there and scouting, but I'm only going to be able to do this once. I'm going to abort spell, but I'm going to gain 55 of the 60 mana that I spent, so it's not a huge loss. But, well, actually, yeah, I'll regain 55 of the 60, so I'll get some back. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that. And instead what we're going to do is start casting Raise Militia, which I can actually do on this turn to get a new unit now, which is preferable. That gets me an untouchable and allows me to get down south and start exploring as soon as I possibly can. Now, with the 2 units I have here, the extra guy I've got here, I think I can get 3 separate armies made. One for the Theocrat, one for the Druid, and one for the Dwarf. I should be able to, and so if I do, I'm going to give them all army leadership abilities. I am kind of just praying this guy doesn't run into anything down here that's going to kill him. He might, but at least then I'll know there's something dangerous down there. But these guys are going to stay here for now. And are they on a wetlands tile? I can't quite tell. That is Fertile Plains, so I should move them here and have them end their turn on that tile, because then they'll heal a little faster, and they'll still be next to the city in case something pops out of nowhere and gets at them. Now I think I will go back to transforming to Water Node, which takes me down to 41 mana and -3 per turn. I think that's okay. I'll be able to build a shrine in time, or get the vassal, get the mana node, and convert it, and be able to kind of offset the cost that way. I would like to be able to summon more militia, but I just don't have a reliable way of doing that right now while still ensuring long-term mana gains. And I also have Terraformer coming up. I'm going to want to terraform tiles. Arch Redbeard was warning me about the lava over here. When my borders do expand that far, that's going to be a problem because goblins hate lava. So he had suggested that when this builder is done, getting him back here and clearing out dirt and stuff around my capital if I can. There's not like really a lot of it that I can clear at the capital, but there is a little. So I will do what I can there. And then there was one last comment. I'm going to, oh yeah, I can go to the next turn while I'm doing this, but it's a correction from earlier, or really an acknowledgement. I was talking in the last episode about how I wasn't sure whether Inspire Loyalty stacks with Volunteer. Well, in fact, it does, and Tarsec has actually told me this before, so I wanted to quickly acknowledge that. You can see it here, actually, in practice. So I have Inspire Loyalty on my leader, who is basically giving units volunteer, or units gain, the unit that has Inspire Loyalty gains volunteer, and units with volunteer require 50% less upkeep. Thing is, butchers get that from a medal as well. You can see they have volunteer there at veteran rank. So they have volunteer twice, and the game actually acknowledges this down here, has -50% upgrade from the medal and then Bringer of Goodwill. Now, -50% applies once, and then it applies it again to that reduced number, so it's not like you get 50% off twice and you have free units. But it is still only an upkeep of 2 for a tier 2 unit, which is not bad. You can actually see here, this is a tier 1 unit who also does have volunteer from a promotion, but his upkeep is also 2 because he's not with that army. So you can actually see that it is still giving me a benefit there. And so I wanted to quickly give Tarsec credit for pointing that out a little earlier, and I just missed his comment, I suppose. Building a fortress here. And I'm just going to get me some extra gold income per turn. Lenham's fine. I don't really care about the city name. The spider can now get those haste berries and catch up with everyone else. In fact, he might pull out ahead of, or he's just about going to catch up with everybody else. So I'm going to bring him here and bring Spider here. They can actually make it down as far as here, but I'm going to pair the Spider with the Druid now. I don't see a reason not to do that. Although, well, no, I'm going to let the Druid get a little further ahead because she doesn't have cave crawling, and I'll pair them up later. And then this guy, he can just run back as quickly as he can. Now, one bit of nice news is my dwarf didn't die. So we'll see what's further on down here. It is a very narrow pathway, so it's possible there's undead out ahead of him somewhere, but so far, so good, it seems. He's found another city down there. Can't quite tell what it is based on the little houses. I'm not that familiar with the game. Possible I could compare it to my own and get a little bit of a heads up. It doesn't look like... I don't think those are goblin buildings. They might be draconian, possibly. But I'll know for sure once I get a little closer. I'm not quite good enough at the game to recognize a city based on those tiny little dwellings, except for maybe the elves, because they've all got those pointy roofs. Alright, so I'll send my Untouchable down here. He is scouting, and lucky me, I found mana, which is really exactly what I needed. There's also a node over there. I can't quite tell what node. That is an earth node, okay. It's not water, so it's not perfect, but not bad either. But I need to find another big open cave area to where I can get another decent city. So he's going to have to keep doing his thing. Now, because I'm going to have military units down in this area, I think the bulk of my expansion will go down this way, but I will be able to split up a separate army, so if I find something nice down here, I can still get a city down there real quick, too. All right, I got a butcher, which is going to come join the crew out here. And I think that the druid is going to become an army leader. I think the theocrat doesn't need to be quite yet. The druid is also a higher level. So I think I'm going to give her the nature's resistance buff. And she may be able to benefit from a little extra health too. I don't know. Or more range strength. Probably more range strength. I really need to take advantage of that on her because I don't have a lot of other range units. I will get her magic eventually. It's just now is not the best time. Now is a halfway decent time to summon another irregular, though, now that I got that extra pile of mana. So maybe I can look at that, but I think aborting this spell is still going to cost me a little more than it did last time, so I might not do that. Plus, I'm turned closer to getting this city now. We're going to give her a little more range strength. Try to take advantage of that elf ranged ability. And then this guy, I really have no idea what to give him if he's not going to be leading his own army yet. But he probably will be soon. So maybe we'll still hang on to those points for the moment. Now, I want to split everybody up. Well, I will actually just get everyone kind of generally together now, I think. And worry about splitting up on the next turn. So we'll kind of get them down there. We're going to have another Warg Rider coming out on the next turn. After that, I would really like to probably get... I want to get a scout, but I also want to build swarm darters and build the army in general. I think, in my personal opinion, I want a big army right now. I don't... Especially with the goblins having Inspire Loyalty, I want to take advantage of that right now. Field a large army early in the game and not have to pay much for it, because that's kind of what the goblins are good at. So we'll leave them there. Not on wetlands, unfortunately, but there's not really any nearby, so... And I don't want to send them too close to where enemy units are, because then they could get hit. You know what? I could put the Theocrat with them. He would help heal that wounded Marauder, and he should be fine. Okay. Close that, and end turn. And on this turn, I should be able to finally get my armies a little bit organized. And I'm going to have this fort done up here, which is going to be giving me a nice little bit of income there. And not sure that I'm going to be able to do much else with the north. There's really not a lot of good land up there. Hopefully whatever city this is nice. It wants to be friendly, because I don't really have a good way of getting out there and killing them anytime soon. Water node is ready to cast. Oh, I forgot to check to see if I could do another raise militia before then. I at least am getting a little bit positive on mana again, so maybe more spells aren't so bad after all. That turned around quite quickly with that pile of mana I picked up. Tell me about the quest again. Okay, they have moved down southwest of the city. Gotta be very careful not to click abort like I did with the giant quest in my last series. Okay, so this is the point where I need to get everyone kind of at least a little bit organized here. Druid and Spider go together. That's kind of a no-brainer. Mogwai and Theocrat for now are going to stick together. And I'm going to give the Druid... Alright, Mogwai can keep his little group. They're fairly experienced, and I'd like to keep them with him. So yeah, he can keep these three. I want the Druid to have her own Butcher, as well as her own Blight Doctor. And I got a Warg Rider to send with them. I think I'm going to get another Butcher and another Warg Rider. I know I could build Beetle Command, but that's going to take time, and I want units now. So we'll get another Butcher, another Warg Rider, and give those to the dwarf once I get enough for him to have his own group. How far can you guys go? You can get down there. Mogwai can go a little further, so I'm gonna push them as far as they can go right now. As far as that army can go anyway. Now she is actually slowing, well, the Warg Rider is technically slowing people down right now, but now free movement would be kind of nice once she starts hitting these wetlands tiles. It's not really a way to avoid it here at this city. But I can at least get that Marauder in there with them, and then on the next turn should be able to reach that quest objective. Meanwhile, dwarf guy here can continue on. Hopefully I can meet this city from across the lava. No, not quite. I wish they had a unit sitting there. Maybe there's a way around. It looks like there is up here. Oh, and there's another city down here, so I'm going to meet a couple. This guy could prove to be pretty useful, as long as he doesn't get jumped by something on this turn. We'll just have to hope that doesn't happen. Transform to Water Node, ready to cast, so we'll just kind of leave that there. Army requires orders. You can, I guess, run down here with them. Well, I don't have quite enough to... maybe I can surround them. The army is over here. They're not going to very easily flank around and catch units off guard, so putting him there should be fine. I don't have anywhere else to put him. And we'll explore a bit further with this guy. Hopefully... Oh, I don't know why I navigated around that. Which way? Which way? Probably the way that the road goes, I think. Further directly south, because I don't have anything else going directly south, and I've run into a dead end, but there is a cartographer's tent down there, so that might be useful. Trying to keep an eye out for good spots for city, but nothing's really jumping out at me. The land underground isn't always particularly useful. I am thinking about building a road with this thing, but no, probably not. I'm spending all my... I don't really need a quick road out here. I'm spending all of my money on other things right now. On troops, and I don't want to waste money on anything but troops at the moment. But I can have the builder get over here and start digging, and if the Untouchable finds something nice, then he can go south and help with that. All right, so next turn should get this quest done. And then as soon as that's done, cast Water Node and probably raise another militia to go scout somewhere. Really hoping they just come after me. That would make this easier. Well, I'll know in a second, because I guess independents go last. Yep, they came after me. Alright. A big group of undead shouldn't be too much of a problem with that Theocrat in there to help out. And some decent enough units. Plus I can weaken them, so let's do this. I think that we'll do a manual well, obviously we're going to do manual combat, but I'm thinking about using the druid to summon one of those ancestral spirits. I'm not sure that it's really needed, though. I've got these guys outnumbered 2-1, and I have a Theocrat, so I think it would probably be a waste to do that, but we'll see. I am going to upgrade. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of buff up the Theocrat a little bit here, because I think he's going to be important. Actually, I'm going to have the Theocrat buff Mogwai, because Mogwai could always use more resistance. And I'm actually going to have, you know what, I'm going to have her buff Mogwai. He's got lower overall health, so we'll just go ahead and give him his nourishing meal now. And just bunch everybody else up together. Pull the wargs back, pull the Blight Doctor back. I think that's everybody, aside from those butchers there. They should come charging at me since they instigated the battle. I also have Rot, which would be quite nice against these guys. If they bunch up, well, I could even do it now. Weakened for 5 turns. That's really good. It's just I'm not sure if I need it. I don't think I need it. I think these guys will go down easily enough. I'm not very heavily reliant on projectiles, which would be not nearly as useful against these guys. So I think just letting my melee units do the work should be fine, in conjunction with weakening from the Blight Doctors. So I will have Mogwai go here. They don't have any anti-cavalry, it's all just these Revenant infantry, so I'll have Mogwai stand up there, make a little forward line here with the butchers, maybe the wargs position slightly back, and range units in the back. Oh, and I need to remember to do this. Gotta remember to get my free XP from Befriend Animal. Alright. And where is my... Wait, where's my other butcher? Or my... not butcher. Where's my other Blight Doctor? I had 2. There he is. You better get up there too. Alright. Looking good. Okay, that is one of their archers. They're going to be a little bit of a nuisance, but shouldn't be anything I can't handle. So, they all want to come charging right at me. That is okay. I'm going to try to have the Theocrat deal with the archers, I think. Right here. They can go around the warg if they want. In fact, I'm going to switch positions of the warg and that butcher. They are going to stay... Okay, I can weaken them. I can also weaken this guy. So when they come running in, they're going to get an unpleasant surprise. Should be pretty easy to pick off. And the druid, while not necessarily ideal in this situation, can still handle these guys just fine. Any little bit of damage I can do to their health helps. So I'm gonna move this guy over here. I think they have Demolisher, yeah. So I was thinking, for some reason I was thinking that gave a damage bonus versus undead, but it does not. And the spider, I'm gonna be kind of careful with. I do want to try to make sure he can get some XP, but I want to make sure he's also out of range of any, like the majority of units that could hurt him. Alright. They're just gonna come right at me. That's okay. This should be easy. Alright. How about a few more rage attacks on this guy? Actually, I think now's the opportunity for the spider to do its thing. Oh, I should have, aw, he messed up. Okay. Well, he leveled up, so that's still good. Okay, now that you have a blight weakness, this makes things a little easier. Same with you. You can at least get him out of the way. Anyone else who can just pick on this guy just a little bit and finish him off? Probably going to be the druid. There we go. That takes him out of the picture. I can cast a few holy bolts at that guy, actually get a flanking bonus, which is nice, and then should be able to get out in these archers' face and kind of stop them from doing anything. I'm going to do that with, actually going to do that with both untouchables, I think. Get out there and just stab them. Not untouchables. Whatever these guys are called, butchers. Oh, that was an infantry, not an archer. That was a little bit of a mistake. Yeah, I should be okay. Forgot they only had 2 archers in this group. Okay, that guy's got plenty of movement left, so he can actually overwhelm that infantry because of this shield. So I think Mogwai has martial arts. Although he may not even need to use it. I will anyway, just to make sure it can't retaliate against this warg. And, yeah, use that overwhelm to your advantage. May as well make use of what we've got. Okay, so most of these guys are going to only be able to shoot twice, and they're going to... That one can't really move at all without getting killed by the spider. So, I should... Okay, good. They're going to hold still. That gives me time to do post-battle stuff. Like, for example, stealing enchantment off of this guy. And then chain stealing enchantments off of this guy. You can heal somebody, which is probably going to be the spider, I guess. Maybe Mogwai. I'll give it to the spider, who is also going to go in for a kill on that guy. He did level up once, but I could get him closer to the next level. So 16 out of 25 now. I'm going to have the druid soften him up just a little bit. Doesn't need to be a lot. Just to make sure he can't run around and get the spider. I want to make sure that the butcher would kill him if he tried that. And that warg rider could still use healing. I don't think anyone else has an option to do that though, so just poke him and be done with him. Actually, I could have probably stayed there and let the spider get that kill too. Yeah, that was I should have done that a little differently, but that's okay. Spider's gonna get this kill here. And I'm gonna actually, well, no, I've already webbed once. He's 8 to 12. You know what? Let's just make sure he gets that. Weaken him. That way he takes poison damage too. There we go. Already used web once, so I don't think I can get XP for using it more than once. Okay, I have completed a quest. I will gladly take that reward. Thank you very much. I forgot to factor into my decision making that I was going to get that big beetle when I was deciding army build, but that's alright. Now we can transform that to a water node right away, and we're back up to 22 mana income per turn, which means summon more militia. I can't do it there yet, so I'll just have to do it in my capital for now. Now that is slowing down the growth of this city, but that's okay. I wasn't really expecting this city to get to max size really anytime soon necessarily. I'm just going to dig out a little bit bigger area, I think. Terraformer will be done in 1 turn, so some of my extra mana is going to go towards that, so I don't want to go too crazy just spending it all. But I at least have a little bit of spending money. Well, what we see down here is a good spot for a possible Swarm Darter city. Not a lot of production to go with it, though, unfortunately, but Swarm Darters don't take much, so you could get away with that. And there's a Dragon Dwelling over there, which I think I need to go meet very soon. Maybe I'll have the next Untouchable go down there and find that. For this guy, I want him to keep going south. This path just keeps going, so I want to see what else is down here. The dwarf can meet these guys, which appear to be Tigrans. Okay. Yeah, I guess. See, now's when I gotta start making diplomatic decisions. That's a lot of money. I don't know if I want to drop that kind of money. There is money here, though, so that'll kind of help pay for it. Let's see who my other option is. And I am making 100 per turn. Money income's actually pretty good right now, especially with that vassal city. So maybe that's worth it to just buy both of these now and then work on doing their quests later and hopefully getting some more free vassals. 188. What's up for production next back here? Got another warg coming. I actually need to get this guy down here. We're gonna have to clear off a couple human knights there. Man, if I could get convert before that on my Theocrat. Now I want to power level him a little bit. I wonder what's in there. There might be another animal that my druid could convert. And I have a big beetle now, which significantly boosts my army's fighting capabilities. I'm going to take a peek with that beetle and see if this is something I think I can kill. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at all that. Okay, that is stuff my druid could try to convert. So we have something to do down here. Let's take a quick peek in here. What have we got? We've got 3 apprentices, a couple of monster hunters, 1 bard. 1 bard I guess I could deal with. The druid is... I don't know about that battle, because I can only take 6 units in there. That's a little bit of a difficult call. Those are all tier 2s. But I do have spell casting now that I could do. I would probably use the druid to summon Ancestral Spirit and try to have it deal with the monster hunters. I don't think they have... Does it count as an elemental? The Ancestral Spirit? I don't know if they get a damage boost versus it. It's not counted as a monster, an animal, a dragon, or a giant, or a fae. Let's, oh, not, I almost misclicked there. Let's look that up real quick. So it's like an Ancestral Guardian or something like that. Ancestral Spirit. Melee, it's considered infantry, incorporeal, magical origin. Yeah, the monster hunter shouldn't have any damage bonus versus those. So I think having the druid in there would be good, because she can get a summon. Mogwai needs to be in there for, I think, his army buffs, although the druid's resistance would actually possibly be better. But Mogwai is also fairly strong, and he's my leader, so he probably should be there. The Butcher, because he's gold rank and he's good. Oh, look, 2 groups of snakes. Okay, I might be able to get a couple out of this. You know what? We'll just bring all the heroes, because there's really no reason not to in this case. And who last? Tempted to bring the spider baby, but for this battle that could actually be kind of challenging, I don't think I want to do that. I'm probably going to have to spend a decent amount of mana to clear this. Maybe the Blight Doctor with its weakening abilities. That would also benefit the big beetle too, so yeah, I think this is my best bet. Probable victory. This will not be an easy battle, especially with the curse that I'm going to have to deal with. But wait, hang on. Abort attack. I just remembered something. This guy can upgrade to chaplain. Only functions when the hero is leading the army. Okay. Crap. Okay, I was thinking maybe that was one that functioned regardless. I do need to give him... I need to give him points towards something before this battle. Preferably something that would benefit this specific confrontation. Smite, maybe okay. He's got, what, 15 points? I think actually for him, maybe just more casting points would be best, since I'm going to have to use a decent amount of mana in this battle. What's his spell options? Divine Protection. Oh, that's really good. That's really good for this one, considering the mages. There's 3 of them. So... And Slayer's Doubt. I think he could cast... Yeah, with 1 mana upgrade, he could cast Divine Protection 4 times or Slayer's Doubt 3 times. So we're going to do a level of Divine Channeling on this guy. And then I'm just going to throw on some melee strength because he's a dwarf. And because I don't want to underdo it for this battle. Everybody else should not have any points left on this turn to use. Alright, that's as good as I can get it, I think. I've got plenty of mana going into this. I can get an extra unit summon, so I think I'm going to be alright. I only regret I couldn't bring the spider in here, but this is just not a safe battle to train that spider in. Okay, so I can get started... Well, I can't start on turn 1 with casting spells, but I'll be able to in a minute. Now, unfortunately, this curse affects everyone, so I want to do a quick check of everybody's morale. There's some units that definitely I don't want to be missing crits, or fumbling specifically. And the big beetle is probably top priority, so he is going to get touched by faith. There you go. I would have preferred you not stand there. Okay. I was hoping he would go around behind. Just kind of assumed he would, but I was not right about that. We'll move the elf up just a bit in case they get aggressive. I'm also going to give that big beetle nourishing meal. Like so. Get all these buffs done now. Hopefully they don't charge me. And that should be it. All the important stuff. They are charging me. Okay, great. He took a nasty hit because of that. Not my best opening move, that's for sure. Alright, now I gotta watch out for those. I hate bards. I friggin' hate them. If they convert a unit, they will... I'll just lose the battle. Well, I might not lose the battle, but I'll lose a unit if they convert one of these. So, I think my best bet with them is actually to root spear them to death, probably. I don't want to let them get close enough to even try converting anything. Unfortunately, I don't have blood brothers with Mogwai yet, so I just don't feel like taking chances. I don't trust it. So, Druid, as much as I would love to have her shooting at these apprentices, I think everybody's going to have to fall back. Mogwai... you know what? I can hide behind this wall over here. I can hide everybody behind that wall, which is probably what I should have done in the first place. The monster hunter can come around after me if he wants. How much casting points does she have? Can she do Ancestral Spirit? She can't do both that and Root Spears. But I think... Well, oh man, I don't know. Ancestral Spirit would be nice, just plop down right back there. And it would also distract their army and turn them around, which would possibly give me openings now. But I have to remember that the AI, if they can kill any single unit, they will. They will gang everything up on it to kill it. So if they can kill one of my main units in the front line here, they'll use everybody to get it done. I would rather not take chances with the Bard and fall behind the wall. I think that's the safe play here. I'm going to put her probably here. Maybe here, to where she could move and shoot over the wall if she needed to. Probably like that. And get the spider. I keep thinking it's a spider. It's the big beetle. Get the big beetle here, probably in a more aggressive position. Get the butchers. They can. Those are all technically valid spaces back there, so they can run around that way, which is what I'm going to have them do. Now that I've got these guys' attention, now you are going to get root spears because I don't like you. Fortunately, she resisted it. I will use root spears, I will use Vengeful Frost, I will use everything in my power to prevent her from getting me. Now, Mogwai, fortunately, has Vengeful Frost on top of everything else, so that does make things a little easier. I'm gonna move the Butcher... Maybe... No, wait, hang on. The Butcher can get a better spot, I think, if Mogwai and company move. Probably will send Mogwai kind of like here, so he can ride around, get the dwarf back, and put the Butcher right in here for the moment. I think that Butcher's going to need some healing at the beginning of the next turn because he's going to get hit by a lot of crap. May want to just Iron Heart him now because he's already a little low on health. Yeah, I'm going to do that. It also gives him extra resistance, so he'll take less damage in the coming turns from all that other stuff. Okay. I think that's as good as it gets at the moment. Now, she does have a crossbow, so if I'm lucky, she'll get close enough to something that she feels inclined to use it. Yes, she did. Okay. That will let Brute Spears do more damage and give it an increased chance of disabling her for a turn, which would prevent her from getting any closer. And that's what we need. Alright, that that monster hunter there. Both of these monster hunters look like they'd be pretty easy for me to deal with. I think Mogwai, I think this is a good choice for Mogwai to go after. It's in an annoying spot. And Mogwai's got martial arts. He's weak, though. Mogwai did take a lot of damage from that. He's down to 21 health. So I gotta be careful here. Now, the Druid's gonna use Vengeful Frost again. And I'm gonna pretty much hide everybody else behind this wall. Probably weaken this Monster Hunter. Hopefully he doesn't have enough movement to run all the way around. Gosh, I need more healing. Mogwai's health being down to 21 makes me really nervous. I need... Plus, he's still got a hit, too. I have to kill him. The big beetle can handle it, but I need her... I think she's fine standing where she is. I'm okay with her in that spot. But I need her to Root Spear that again, and hopefully, okay, at least limit that to only being able to shoot at the units that I want it to be able to shoot at. Okay. Think. I'm gonna have... Big Beetle's got 64 health, 11 defense, 12 resistance. 62 health, 13 defense, 9 resistance. Most of the damage that's gonna get dealt is gonna come in the form of these apprentices. If they're shooting at me, they probably won't be able to kill him if he goes behind the wall. But he's going to take an awful lot of damage. I think for now, I want the big beetle to finish this guy off, and I want him to do it from here. Oops, I should have built up a charge for that. Crap. Alright, well, at least no one can hit the big beetle right now. So she's moved, he's moved. I need to bring the butcher back one. And I need to probably start dealing some damage to that guy. Even if it is just a little bit. And then you guys need to hold there and hope for the best. I think they'll be okay. I think everyone will be alright. I'm just gonna keep telling myself that. This wall is in a nice spot for me, at least. Alright. Yeah, he didn't want to come in because of the lifesteal. Did they dispel magic? What did they just do to me? Well, they immobilized me. It's cursed. Immobilized. I wonder if these guys could steal curse off of... No, I feel like I'm getting some memories from an earlier time I played. I was wondering if they could steal the mass curse off of a different unit, so the more important units didn't have to deal with it, but I don't think it works that way. I think it would just get reapplied automatically. And now is not really a battle that I want to test that if I'm not completely sure. I need to get rid of one of those guys right now, and the druid is probably my best shot at that. I think now is time for Mogwai to do his thing after retreating to a safe distance preferably, or hiding behind this. Alright, Mogwai is out of casting points. Crap. What did he use it? Oh, I think I used it. That complicates things. I have to have a way to kill that unit. But I also need to be able to kill one of these other guys on this turn too. If the goblin goes on defense, can he take another round of hits? Probably. He probably can. If I go after the high elf apprentice, can I kill it? Yes, I should be able to. But what about... What about her? How can I get rid of that last 8 health on her without risking the beetle? Because I could... Oh no, the beetle's immobilized. He can't do anything right now because of his friggin' harpoon or whatever. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to roll the dice with that bard, but they always get a unit. They always do. There's gotta be something else. Who's got movement left? The druid, the beetle that can't do anything. Wait, hang on. The beetle can do something. If I steal his enchantments, I think it can steal immobilize too. I think it can. But I may need the goblin to help with the apprentice too, so there's that. How close are you to being able to hit even anything, throw even anything? He's actually really quite close. What I could do, I wish I could see how much damage... Okay, hang on. I've got kind of an idea. If he moves here, and the dwarf has a decent amount of health, I could move the big beetle here, use the dwarf to maybe... Oh, man. It's a % chance. Okay, so but with this guy... 6 to 8 damage, that's 18 times 3 minimum. That's also 6 to 9 damage, 18 times 3 minimum. 18 times 2 would be 36. I think my odds, because my odds of that seem better than my odds of this, because this one I have to high roll twice. So I think what I'm going to do is let the elf deal with that unit, but what I can do for starters is just light this guy up. Okay, I got a low one and then a high one and a high one, so that I can make a better judgment call here. Okay, that's a guaranteed kill now on that elf apprentice. That takes him out. The druid can take out those guys, and the butcher can hide somewhere relatively safe. He's still got 35 health, so it's not like he's going to die in an instant from something. So I'm going to put him here and move her here and take that bard out of the picture, okay? And then take this guy out of the picture. All right. I feel okay about that. I wish the big beetle could move. That would make things easier. Mogwai. Oh, wait, Mogwai had a crossbow the whole time. Oh. I didn't think about that. Wait, no, that's not okay, though, because Mogwai's got super low health, so sending him up would have been a bad idea. Yeah, so Mogwai needs to actually stay back here. He's going to maybe get his chance later to go after somebody for like a finishing blow. But I don't think they can kill any of my stuff here. The fact that they're backing up suggests probably not. Oh, maybe. I think my druid's dead. Crap! I had big plans for her, too. I wasn't expecting them to be able to get her so easily over the wall like that. Okay, well, RIP Druid. There's my first big mistake of this series. That ruins all my plans for all those snakes I found down there. I think I'm going to try to resurrect her. Alright, gotta focus. Bad things happen in this game. Gotta just make it work. So the important thing is not to lose anybody else. I think at this point, charging those apprentices is probably in my best interest. I can weaken them to soften them up a bit. This guy needs to die, and Mogwai can do that safely, or should be able to do that safely. The beetle is still stuck where it is, because it got immobilized. Now with a flank, Mogwai should be able to kill him. I do not want to risk losing Mogwai, but we're looking at 18 to 26 with a charge that's not a flank attack. So from here, we're looking at 19 to 29. 19 times 2 is 38. I'm willing to take that chance. He still didn't get him. Okay. Massive low rolls all around. Okay. Now I have to prevent those apprentices from getting close enough to kill Mogwai while using another unit to finish that monster hunter off so it doesn't kill Mogwai. Which is probably going to have to be the butcher. So at this point I have to risk... this unit by charging him out. He will probably be okay. Fairy Fire 3. Neither of them does poison. He will probably be okay. But I need to make sure that I position these units carefully because Mogwai could very easily die from one good magic hit. So I want him right here so that this guy can't run here and get a clear shot on Mogwai. Alright, get off of me. You I can soften up and should be able to kill. $19 to $29. There's no way. Well, okay, that's probably part of the reason Mogwai didn't kill this guy is because the second hit isn't a charge attack, so it's a much weaker. But moving him here doesn't really block him from getting at Mogwai, and it opens me up to more flank attack possibilities. I'm going to move him here. Okay, fortunately he fumbled. So now it's just a question of can they get Mogwai in one shot. I don't think so, but I'm scared. He's going for it. I think he's going for it. No, he's going for somebody else. Alright, I've got it now. Alright. Is there anyone who can benefit? Well, you can benefit from him with lifesteal, so get a little bit of lifesteal. Mogwai doesn't. Nobody else has lifesteal. You could. You know what? Do you have cursed? I can test this now. There's really no reason not to, since I'm need XP for these guys anyway. So, steal enchantment, steal 2 effects. Touch by faith and nourishing meal. Did not steal cursed. Okay. Didn't think it did. Let's give some XP to the Theocrat, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, build up a charge, and die. Okay, not great. Losing that druid hurt, but I at least now did get my research boosted quite a bit. Plus the rewards, that's always nice. 100 gold, 71 research, and Melody of Oblivious Harmony. I do like that. That's a nice reward to have. I'll take it. We'll probably give it to the, well, we'll give it to Mogwai for now. And we'll need that bow, which is going to have to go to, I don't know. Mogwai can hold it for now. He's less tanky than the dwarf is. I'm going to resurrect that druid. I want a druid. And I put work into her. Well, now I know you're going to be leading an army, so may as well give you Sacred Arms now. Because why not? And I don't know what I'm going to do about those snakes, whether I want to leave them there until I can Resurrect Hero. How long is it before I can get Resurrect Hero? That is, I think, an avatar spell, if I remember correctly. And Resurrect Hero, there it is. Strategic spell, class avatar, tier 4. This is not like some crazy tier 7. If I research other avatar spells, I'll be more likely to get to it quicker. There are no other avatar spell. Oh, I guess Dispel is one. I got that knowledge boost, so I should actually, selecting my next research needs to make sure it takes advantage of that. I'm at 46 with a boost of 35, which allows me to get, I can't get anything on this turn, unfortunately, but I can save a little bit of time on some of these other things. So I probably don't want to waste it on a bigger spell. I want to waste it on any one of them that has like this little line with it. Conqueror is still really good, and Warrior Culture is maybe less useful right now. I think the Conqueror might be what I want to get, but that also takes 7 turns, and it's XP for killing blows. I think I'm going to pick up Dispel. It's an avatar, so it should get me closer to Resurrect Hero. I'm salty about losing her, so I'm going to try to get her back. And I do get a benefit from doing it on this turn, so we'll do that. Alright, well, it's clear to me that my armies are still too squishy to split up too much. But at least I got some economic growth going on. I still need to clear that, which has got some tough human knights in it, but for that battle I'm at least a little better equipped because I've got the butchers. So I think that's probably my next target, is to clear that off. Although I do need to send somebody over there, preferably somebody fast, to grab this mana and then probably get back out. You can see a little bit more down there. There's the dragon dwelling, but the snakes are in the way. I think next stop is going to be up there. Alright, congratulations, you just got your own army under circumstances that I would have preferred to have avoided. And I need everybody, actually, I need to make sure I get all these goblins and wetlands to heal going into the next battle. So Mogwai, Butcher, all those guys. I think more important than, unless any one of these is a wetlands and I just can't see it. No, I'm, of course, one space away from all the wetlands. All right. Well, I'm going to move them here because for me right now, I think those guys need all the healing they can get. And I'm going to put him with them just for Bestow Ironheart. Everybody else can kind of gather together and then we'll go after that structure on the next turn. It's, well, he's over here. Just take a peek up here and see if I can see anything cool. There's a Sphinx temple up there. And, maybe have these guys just come hang out over here. Well, I don't know. With those snakes down there, they're too far away to get to me, though. I'll have them just kind of hang out together here, I guess. Actually, I should probably put another powerful unit with this army, so we'll throw the faster warg in there. Alright, Mogwai requires orders. You guys stay there for a turn. Builders done for this turn. Butcher is finished. I've got that other warg on the way. I'm going to send him down here. Definitely going to want him against all that cavalry. And I'll just keep cranking out units until I get powerful enough to really make some things happen here. Oh, and I got that untouchable, so he's probably going to go through there and see what's out there while my army is probably going to have to deal with those snakes. As much as I would love to wait for the druid to come back, unless Resurrect Hero pops up real soon, I think the snakes are probably going to have to die. Oh, and I've got my dwarf out here still exploring too, so he'll be able to see that other city on the next turn. So yeah, this guy, well, you know what, since he's going south, and I've got plenty of units in this area, I'm actually going to send this guy south as well, and have him go across the bridge in this direction. Although this guy actually, I think, may run into a dead end here soon. We'll see. I don't know what's on the other side of that library. It's kind of hard to see. Alright. I think that's enough. Close, there we go. I think that's enough summons for now. That messed me up so bad. I think if I hadn't summoned the Raised Militia on this turn and Mogwai had that extra Vengeful Frost, I wouldn't have gotten put into the situation where I thought I did. I just completely forgot that casting that spell was not going to leave him with enough magic to use any in battle, which really messed me up. On the bright side, I do now have Terraform, so I can flood fields a bit, and I think that would be a good thing to do in my capital. Let's get all these pesky forests out of the way first, because that actually slows the goblins down. And now I'm down to 51 mana, so I've got to be careful with how much I spend. I want to leave enough for fights, so I think I'll leave that there. And that is about all I can do right now, I think. I could start working on Authority of the Sword, but this city doesn't really need its borders to grow right now, so I just got to get them as a vassal as soon as I can. Alright guys, well I think that's going to be it for this episode. Unfortunately, this was the first one where I made a critical error that resulted in me losing a unit, and unfortunately that unit happened to be a hero. But if all goes according to plan, I'm going to try to get her back. But thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the episode despite my little error there. And I will see you guys in the next one. Shout out to all my Patreon supporters, including Tier 3 supporters Blitz, Braden, Adam James, Jim Bro, Tarsak, and Tibian Army. Thanks so much, everybody.